People often wonder whether the brain can actually be trained to help someone make more money. And the truth is, it absolutely can. The brain is not a fixed machine. It's a learning engine. It adapts to whatever you repeatedly show it, whatever you emotionally reinforce, whatever you visualize, and whatever you act on. And one of the clearest examples comes from a man who dedicated years to reshaping his own financial mindset, starting at a moment in life when nothing about his bank account suggested success. He didn't grow up wealthy. He didn't have magical opportunities. He didn't stumble into luck. He learned how to train his brain. It didn't start with money. It started with clarity. His mentor, Walter Schneider, told him something few people ever hear. Most people fail financially not because they're incapable, but because they aren't specific. They want more money, but they don't define it. They want a better life, but they can't describe it. The brain can't pursue what the mind can't see. So the first step is clarity, not vague intentions, not someday dreams, not emotional wishes, numbers, exact numbers. Imagine someone deciding they want to earn a six-figure income, $100,000 a year. Suddenly that dream becomes math, and math becomes direction. $100,000 a year becomes about $8,300 a month, about $1,900 a week, about $270 a day. This is how the brain starts understanding the target. It goes from a lot of money to a clear, measurable, reachable figure. This is where training begins. Once the number is clear, the next step is building a simple income affirmation, not some mystical phrase, just a statement written as if it's already true. Something like being genuinely happy and grateful for earning $10,000 a month. Simple words, but incredibly powerful. Because the brain follows repeated language. What you repeat becomes what you expect. What you expect becomes what you seek. What you seek becomes what you create. So he read his affirmation every morning, 5 to 10 times. He read it every night, 5 to 10 times again, not as a chant, not as a fantasy, but as a mental instruction, a command, a new identity forming in slow motion. But repetition alone isn't the engine. The engine is emotion. While repeating the affirmation, he closed his eyes and rehearsed receiving that money. He imagined the phone notification from his bank. He imagined a deposit hitting his account. He imagined the number growing. He imagined forwarding money to his family. He imagined paying bills without stress. He imagined the relief, the confidence, the gratitude. He practiced feeling it. Because the brain responds more strongly to emotion than logic. It doesn't care whether the income is $10,000, $15,000, or $5,000. What the brain cares about is, does this feel real? Does this feel familiar? Does this feel like me? That emotional rehearsal is what rewires belief. And when belief changes, behavior follows. Visualization isn't only about imagining money, it's about imagining the effect of the money. So he began imagining the trips he could take his family on, the stability he could create, the relief on his partner's face, the comfort he could give his parents, the opportunities he could give his kids, the causes he could fund, the life he could build. He made it vivid, he made it emotional, he made it personal. The brain does not move toward vague images. It moves toward pictures filled with meaning. This mental movie wasn't fantasy. It was training. And every time he played it, his brain accepted the goal as more real. Most people walk through life assuming their thoughts are random. But the brain is a pattern machine. Repeating the affirmation and imagery activates the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making, planning, strategy center of the mind. This is the CEO of the brain. When the brain believes a goal is real, it starts solving for it. You begin noticing opportunities you ignored before. You become more resourceful. You start taking small risks. You think more creatively. You act with more intention. The brain begins cooperating instead of resisting. And this changes everything. Then comes the next layer, turning the internal movie into external reminders. He created a vision board. It didn't matter whether it was on a computer, a phone, or a wall. What mattered was that he filled it with images that matched the life he wanted, the car he wanted to drive, the home he wanted to live in, the places he wanted to visit, the lifestyle he wanted to experience, the charities he hoped to support, the freedom he wanted to feel. These weren't fantasies. They were anchors. Each photo was a visual reminder. This is where we're heading. A direction, a target, a map. When the brain sees the same imagery daily, it begins treating the destination as normal. And when a destination feels normal, the mind begins creating the path. Most people do affirmations and visualization, but never take action. That's why the next step is crucial. Every morning, he asked himself one question. What can I do today that moves me closer to earning this income? Not this month, not this week, today. Maybe it was making a sales call, learning a new skill, sending a message, building an offer, networking, creating something valuable, solving a problem someone would pay for. Small steps, but done every day. And small, consistent steps compound faster than big, inconsistent ones. This is how the mental work and the physical work combine into momentum. When you pair affirmations, visualization, emotional rehearsal, clear goals, visual cues, and daily action, the brain begins operating like a guided missile. It locks onto the target. It filters out distractions. It recognizes opportunities. It pushes through discomfort. It rewires beliefs about what's possible. It builds confidence through repetition. It shifts identity from the inside out. Your brain begins to treat your financial goal as familiar, achievable, inevitable. And when the goal feels inevitable, your actions begin matching that belief. You stop sabotaging yourself. You stop shrinking. You stop hesitating. You start behaving like the person who already earns the income you're aiming for. Your identity aligns with your goal. This is how the mind rewires itself. Training the brain is not magic. It is discipline. It is clarity. It is repetition. It is emotional alignment. It is showing the brain the same target so consistently that eventually the brain says, "This is who we are now." The man who began this process didn't transform overnight. But over months, he noticed a shift. He spoke differently. He made decisions faster. He handled fear differently. He saw opportunities earlier. He took risks more confidently. He followed through more consistently. He stopped apologizing for wanting more. His brain stopped fighting him and started helping him. That is the real power behind this entire process. If you want to train your brain to earn more money, the path is simple. Define a clear, specific number. Create a gratitude-based affirmation. Repeat it morning and night. Visualize receiving the money. Imagine the impact it will have. Build a vision board. Take small daily actions. Stay consistent long enough for the identity shift to happen. Your brain is not your enemy. It is your greatest tool, but only if you train it. And once it learns where you're trying to go, it will help you get there faster than you think.